Hello everybody, and here we are at the Gooseberry Campground in Kananaskis country in Alberta, Canada. We're here for the next couple of days and we're going to be doing some gear checks in terms of trying out the camping stove again. We've got some walkie-talkies that we're going to try out on a mountain hike. I'm going to be doing some hikes with the dogs and of course some running, and hopefully we'll be sharing some of that kind of stuff with you guys. Now here at Gooseberry, it's a great little campground and we are quite near to the road, and there is a Texas gate that can be a little bit noisy, but otherwise, as you can see, we're the only guys that are camping on this particular tent area, and it's pretty quiet for a campground, but then I suppose it is midweek. Now this afternoon I'm going to be heading up Prairie Mountain. The temperature is going to be around about 20-25 degrees Celsius, so it's going to be a little on the warm side, but hopefully with these blue skies that are coming through, we're going to get some fantastic views up there. Well, I'm going to grab a cup of tea, grab some lunch, and then it's time to head off to those mountains. Okay, so we're at the base of Prairie Mountain. I suspect it's going to take an hour or two to get up to the top. It's a short climb, but it's a steep climb and it's a warm day. Dogs are raring to go, so I'll check in once we get to the summit. Probably about halfway up so far. It's taken us 45 minutes and we've only done like just over a mile. It's definitely a little warm for the dogs today, so we seem to be stopping every 10 or 15 minutes just to make sure that they get a drink, but they're doing good. It's probably about another half an hour, 45 minutes to the top. Well, we're approximately 600 metres from the summit. It's a little breezy up here as expected. It's also very warm today. Some great views once you hit this ridge. Gonna have a nice cold drink at the top. Give the dogs a biscuit. They've done so well. Well, there you have it folks, we've made it to the summit of Prairie Mountain, which is just a little over 7,000 feet. A wonderful hike up, plenty of people around considering it's a weekday. The weather's been beautiful today, a little windy up on top, but that's to be expected. The dogs did absolutely awesome. I'm sure they're going to be hungry little pups now and they're going to be ready for some food. So I'm ready for my lunch, so I'm going to head down now, meet up with the husband, and we're going to have a nice little picnic by Elbow Falls. Today is Tuesday and it's another sunny day, although earlier this morning we had some very heavy rain and we had thunderstorms overnight, and of course the wind has really picked up. I was going to do a mountain summit today. I was going to head up Moose Mountain, but having checked the trail conditions, apparently there's waist deep snow and a lot of post holing from about halfway up. So instead we've come here to Station Flats and we're just having a little potter around in the woodlands with the dogs for the next hour or so. There's great scenery here in terms of trails for mountain bikers and for trail running, obviously predominantly in the trees, but it's much calmer in here and much more sheltered than out on those mountain tops today. So yeah, we're going to enjoy a little walk, a little stroll, and then we're going to head back to the campground and have some lunch. Now, those of you that know me will know that I am actually a trail runner and an ultra runner. And as I said earlier, these trails are absolutely fantastic for running on. And one of the races I've done around here is the Iron Lakes 50 miler. They also offer 100k now, and they also do the relay option. Now, I've done that race a couple of times and I was really hoping to do it again this year. But given the COVID situation and everything else, obviously lots of races still aren't going ahead here in Alberta. But I must say that I really do miss running on these trails. They're absolutely beautiful. I love the technical terrain. I love running through the trees and the views that you get. And yeah, I'm really hoping that we can get back to racing again very soon. Notice that we have 3 dogs. Wilson is obsessed with water, so he's always pulling ahead for water. But these 2 little girls, April and Tilly, they love to chase things. And certainly out here in the forest, there's lots of squirrels. They're on very high alert, sniffing the ground and looking up at the trees, because every time they hear a little in the trees, they think that it's a squirrel. So of course, they get very excited. And of course, in this kind of terrain, there are bears, and particularly at this time of year, they're coming out of hibernation. They're feeding at the lower levels because there's still snow up on the tops. So when you come out in these kind of areas, it's probably best to take some bear spray with you, because you never know when you might have that encounter. And of course, some of them will have cubs, and they're going to be very protective of their babies. Of course, in this kind of area, there's lots of other types of wildlife, including moose, lots of deer. We saw a herd of deer this morning, and of course, potentially cougar. As with any picnic area here in Kananaskis, this car park can get very busy, particularly at weekends, and particularly at the height of the tourist season. There are picnic benches, there are washrooms of the hole in the ground variety, but even so, you can spend a nice day here just relaxing and chilling out. But be warned, as I say, tourist season and weekends, it can get extremely busy. Well, we're now back at the campground and we're ready for some lunch, and we're going to be cooking our lunch on this Fulton wood stove. A little bit of margarine, a little bit of grease, breakfast for lunch. Put 4 in there. Not all for me, I hasten to add. Well, we've had a lovely dinner tonight. That was really, really tasty. It's definitely going to go a little bit chilly now. It's going to be about -3 tonight. No rain as yet, no snow as yet, but this wind certainly is still strong. Who knows what we're going to wake up at 2 in the morning. We might be under a foot of snow, then again it might be rain, and then again it might just be a beautiful morning like the past couple of mornings. I'm going to say night-night for now. We're going to have a few beers and a campfire, so I'll catch you all tomorrow morning. Well, that concludes our couple of days camping here at the Gooseberry Campground here in Kananaskis in Alberta, Canada. It's been a great couple of days. The weather hasn't been too bad at all. We did get some heavy rain on Monday night, but thankfully the tent held up and we didn't get too wet. And whilst we were expecting snow overnight, nothing came, although we are expecting it on the journey home later today. We've had a great few days sitting around the campfire, drinking beer, cooking our tea on the open fire. The dogs have had a great time doing all the walks and the runs with me. And of course, I'm sure we'll be back again sometime soon. Thanks for joining us on this little trip, folks. It's been great to have you along. I hope that you've enjoyed it. And of course, if you do enjoy this kind of thing, sometimes we're a little bit ad hoc with things, but it's always great to have company. So please do consider subscribing if you want to join us again sometime soon. And of course, like and comment on these videos if you like them too. For now though, I'll say bye-bye to you all. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you all again very soon.